Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad.
I don't know if we should answer or start our podcast as if we were answering a phone. Hello, how's it going? Are you good? I mean, it's obviously infinitely better than sure. Yeah.
But then I don't think you fully get into the swing of it without saying sure.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, oh, God damn it! It must be like a starting pistol for me, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Everything's in order.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. I'm filling time, getting that extra few split seconds to put my thoughts in order before I start rambling. So, sure.
Yeah.
It's sort of like it's a weird vocal punctuation mark. You know. Anyway.
There's another one.
Yeah, it is. And there's also the ever so classic. Well, actually,
What?
everything I've just said was a lie. But I think very easy. It's the stream of consciousness.
Anyway.
Right. Right is another one as well.
Yeah, this is fascinating. You just cannot talk like a normal person for that first bit.
I know, just so.
Just launch into it. Just go.
Launch into it. Right, okay. Apologies for the end of last show. There we go. How does that sound?
That was fine. It was well worth 3 minutes working up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, as we ended the last show, we were talking about Final Fantasy VII, which you've been playing. I talked about it length on when I played it, and then just as you were getting around to your remarks, I managed to break a plant pot, and you were discussing how Final Fantasy VII was not particularly PC, and in fact, there was a point where Tifa had remarked to Barrett how he should stop being retarded. And that was just a classic non-woke thing that was happening in the mid-90s. But I'll be honest with you, as I was looking down at a shattered vase, plant pot with dirt all over the floor, a plant strewn to the side, I was pretty much calling myself a retard too. But there we go.
Challenging your inner Tifa.
It's channeling my inner Tifa. Yeah, that's what I call it.
Now, of course, we could talk about Final Fantasy VII forever, but I think we should probably save that chat for an episode later. I didn't have too much more to say, actually. Apart from some of the more adult content that obviously I glazed over or completely forgotten. All these puzzles, which I think I mentioned last time. I don't remember until I'd come across them and like, oh yeah, I remember this.
I wanted to sort of pause you on that one. Would you say they were puzzles, or are they just like bits of content that were strewn about? Because I didn't think there was ever really a puzzle in Final Fantasy.
What? Well, there's so, for example, when you're climbing up the Shinra Tower, there's that library, and if you get the right answer the first time round, and you're given very little clue as to what the guy's talking about, then you get 4 slots. The accessory
bangle, yeah.
So that was kind of a puzzle, and then there's the bit where there's like 2 floor after floor of puzzles. The bit where you are on this floor and you can only open 3 doors max. but there are 3 coupons to pick up. Is this ringing any bells?
Kind of, yes.
And so you can just get 1 coupon or 2 coupons, but there is a way to get all 3 coupons just by opening 3 doors, and you kind of reset it. So stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. I suppose actually, no, you're right. That was kind of like, it's kind of like that puzzle where you have to get the biggest shape from the bottom over to the top without putting a large shape on top. You have to kind of go through the doors in the right order in order to get all 3 coupons and go back. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's it's not so much a puzzle, but then that annoying bit, which I still can't do, where you have to sneak your guys past the guards running left to right. And if you fail it 5 times and fight them, they just disappear. Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's just better off fighting them. Get the XP as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Enjoying that, and that's pretty much where I've stopped it. Ready to pick
but you
up.
still not left mid. You're
not yet.
The person who's played the remake. You've just not left Midgar.
I'm just stuck in Midgar forever. You can go to that bit where you see the big glass wall, and you can almost see outside of Midgar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's that. But then the great thing of having it on the Switch is, you know, any idle moment you can just be jumping into Final Fantasy VII, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, in theory you could do that because it's available on Android as well, and iOS.
Oh god.
With those
You're spending 100 hours hunched over a phone is a good way to go.
Well, I mean, so nowadays the phones aren't too different size from the Switch. Nowadays, but that sound like one.
So that's Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
What are you playing?
I've actually been revisiting, and this is a kind of a fresh, cheaty one that I'm using. Is Burnout Paradise. Now,
oh my god!
But they recently brought that out for the what's it called?
Switch.
Yeah. So it's kind of fresh-ish. And now I have to admit that I am playing the PC version, which no longer has any of the online support or anything like that. But
so what kind of weird psychology? Like, oh, it's coming out now on the Switch. I'll go back to the empty PC version.
No, it's not that I've gone back to it. It's something I just continuously go through and play.
Oh, really? How long have you been on it?
I've been on it for about 5 years or something like that, on and off.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had resets. Like, I recently got a new PC, about a year ago, and I had to start afresh, so I just was playing through. I just like it because it's quite a therapeutic game.
Yeah, I'd always like the sound of it, but never kind of picked it up.
I mean, it's kind of like a cartoony version of GTA 5, and without any of the shooting hookers. It's just more driving challenges, stunt bonuses.
Can you get out of your car?
No, you aren't even a person. You're genuinely you collect cars. There's collective collection thing there, and like you can collect cars on the fly, or you can collect cars through challenges. And it's basically as you progress, you get better things, and it is a nice sort of logarithmic curve. But I think the general just driving and having fun and crashing cars and doing stunts is the perfect sandbox for cars and the fun parts that you do with that. Without a storyline or anything else like that. It's just that's it. And the soundtrack's fun. I mean, I'll have to say, like, every time you launch it, you are greeted with Guns N' Roses' Paradise City, because it is set in Paradise City. So you do get a bit sick of that track, considering I spent most of my youth in rock clubs listening to Paradise City. It's kind of I've had enough of that track for now. But because annoyingly, I mean, it's great. It's like as you're loading it up, you start getting that intro to Paradise City, and it's a long intro. But then you have to go through the menus to get it started, and then you have to choose your car. And then once you've gone through all of these choices, you're already on, Slash doing his solo by the time you can actually skip that track. So you hear it a lot, yeah. But yeah, other than that, it's a good therapeutic crash cars, have fun, do stunts, drive well, but not.
Yeah, I love Burnout, and me and my family still have a save file on Burnout 2 on the PlayStation 2 with some ridiculous high scores on crash mode that every now and then one of us manages to incrementally get higher and higher. So yeah,
Yeah.
2 we really liked. 3 was that's when they kind of really nailed all the damage and the slow-mo, and then that's the last I kind of touched that series.
Well, I mean, you've got a Switch. I would advise you just pick it up and enjoy it.
Another game, mate.
Well, you see, it's a different
another infinite game. Great.
But yeah, I mean, there is definitely an end, but like I never feel the need. Like, there's a whole lot of challenges. You if you're in the mood for a road rage, where you go and smash up everything, or if you're in the mood for a race, then you go and do that. But I never do like more than 1 or 2 challenges if I do them, and and that's it really.
How integral was the online community, like having an active online community?
Well, I can see what they were trying to do, and I'm sure there are people who swear by it, because like you get people on your friends list, and you get to see like that they've driven down this particular street in X time. Can you beat them? And then
I remember that's how it was marketed. It was like drop in, drop out. You just continuously go from one challenge to another, challenge your mates, blah blah blah.
Yeah, just using the D-pad brings up the online menu so that you can sort of jump in and do that. But I never did it once. I no desire to, and I don't have any friends,
and we both get it. And I guess at some point we should do a deep exploration of it. But with most games, with rare exception, online play makes me feel really angsty, and I'm not too sure why.
I know exactly why it makes me angsty, and I can pinpoint the exact time that I decided that I no longer liked online play. Now, you are also talking to someone.
Was it getting your balls destroyed in Dead or Alive?
No, getting my balls destroyed was by the AI. Get your facts right, motherfucker. That was that fucking cheaty Alpha 52 or whatever it was. It is the worst fighting boss character in any game ever. And it like, Google it. It is legendarily cheaty and horrible. I got so angry with the game. I didn't destroy my balls. I destroyed my phone incidentally. I just grabbed my phone, and I was just so angry. This is back when it was like a phone which had buttons on it. Just to clarify, this is back in the heady days of like 2004 or something. And it was a K800, a Sony K800. And I threw it at the phone, but it went sort of face first, and it actually left an imprint on the wall of the screen. the buttons. So I think to this day, like it was at my mum's house. There's still this sort of K800 imprint on the wall. The phone was fine, incidentally. Like you couldn't do that with a smartphone nowadays.
So what was the moment? If it wasn't being destroyed by the AI in Dead or Alive, what was the moment?
All right, yes. The moment, it was actually Gears of War, and this was Gears of War 1 on the 360.
And weirdly, I think we were both playing on Emergence Day, right?
No, that was Halo 3.
No.
What?
Emergence Day.
Really?
Yeah, it was when Gears of War came out because the locusts come out of the ground, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh.
I remember where I was during Emergence Day. Anyway, carry on.
I don't.
Weirdly, because we don't really play shooters, I think, but both of us were kind of in on the ground for Gears of War.
Yeah, like I was learning that. What is it called? The stupid
active reload.
Yeah. And you could do that, and I think it was the exact moment. Sorry, just to go back to my original point about online play and all that sort of thing. The exact moment was I was playing Gears of War online, and I'd been playing through the main plot, and I was playing online, and I really enjoyed the chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
It is a thing, and basically, I was playing, and then it was either people on my group who just started giving me abuse for, oh, you fucking chainsaw noob, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, I was getting kills, but I was like chainsawing, and it made me feel bad, and it was like squeaky little 12-year-olds, and I was just like, this is toxic. Like, this is before toxic was even a proper word to describe online behaviour. This was toxic, and it was just from that point, it's like, I have no desire to ever play an online game ever where I'm up against or will play along with randos, you know? And that was the death of it for me. Like, I kept an Xbox Live subscription for ages, but like actually playing online where you have to interact with people, Gears of War just fucked it, man. That was horrible, you know. And I didn't like that at all.
But you're fine. You're fine with like WoW, for example.
Well, I'm fine with WoW because that's different. That is community based. You know, it's fine. Like, what is it? You and your mates, you had that, or I don't know if you were involved with like the fuckest toughest, the clan. Yeah. Like, when you've got a group together, you've got a bit more solidarity. But when you do matchmaking and things like that in these games, and you're not part of a clan or a community, it's much easier nowadays because of Discord and stuff. And the whole reason that I even got into the guild that I'm in World of Warcraft is through a shared interest in like a podcast. You know, we all listen to that Countdown to Classic, and that's what brought us together. And it is fine because it is a sort of measured community. Do you know what I mean? Not measured, but it's like there are people who are like raid leaders, or people who are group leaders, and like everybody sort of fits into the place in there. And it is. You
can also still get ganked, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you don't have to interact with them voice wise.
Is that the killer for you?
Yeah, like a person behind there could be absolutely fine. I don't care. Like, if you play on a PvP server, you go in there with the written or with the knowledge that you can be killed at any point. And it was tough. Like, I leveled up really slowly, and I leveled up at the point where they've released the PvP system.
Just to clarify, this is WoW Classic?
WoW Classic, yeah. And just as they released this PvP system, and when I say that, I mean what I mean is the rewards for it. And I was like the lowest level possible, but just enough to get honor, as in like get rewards from me. So basically, I was walking around in Azeroth just getting destroyed because one, I was low level and weak, but two, I was just such an easy target. I was just a tasty treat for somebody walking along like, he's easy, boom, I'm going to get some, PvP points because of them. And like, I spent a whole chunk of my time just chatting with the guild, sort of like online saying, how's it going? This is what I'm doing. And I was sitting on this little island that had nothing but turtles on it. And I was just killing turtles over and over again. Now, you'll probably remember the Love and World of Warcraft South Park thing where they were just killing boars over and over. It's essentially what I was doing. I was just Cartman pooping into a sock, just killing turtles over and over and over. And it was painful. Like, anybody who was around for that and was around that level will know, shit, man, you do not want to be level 48, with all these level 60s full of, epics can just come and just thwack you in one go. I mean, that's the thing. It's just, I was so exposed that I would just die and not know what happened. I was one shot, one kill, one day. But then they move on. There's no teabagging. Yeah, you can get people who grief and camp and stuff like that, but if you stay there, it's your own fault, your problem. Go and do something else, or move away, or that's the thing.
Because for me, it's I don't know, it's something different. So, and perhaps it's two different things. So one of them is when you play a game where you can kind of hop online, or you can play offline, and then there's a certain kind of etiquette, right? So the example I'm thinking of is Monster Hunter Tri, which I really got into on the Wii. And then once you kind of hit end game, there'd be these event challenges that kind of come around. And one of them is fighting this huge kind of like sand leviathan called Genmaran, I think. Genmaran. And that's different because it's not you running after a monster. It's you're on a ship. Essentially you're on a pirate ship on the sand, and you've got limited access. And the first couple of times you play it, you've got no idea what you're doing, but you're randomly kind of partnered up with 3 other people, and it's those scenarios where you don't really know what you're doing, but you're all working towards the same goal, and essentially you're just letting the team, down. And also in Monster Hunter, they have a system where, across the team you have 3 deaths, and then it's a team wipe. And so when you get when you die twice, right? You don't really know what you're doing. You don't know his attacks. You don't know what this weird thing with the cannonball is, and when to use the grapple hook. And so those things I used to find really, really kind of stressful. And there's been a couple of other examples of particularly when you join a game late as well, and there's an established kind of, online community, a bit like your chainsaw example, right? It's like you have to do this, you have to do this. No items, box only, final destination, all that stuff. Then with other games, it can be fine. But yeah, generally, like even playing Mario Kart online, I definitely get an extra level of stress.
Yeah, I think it's because of the expectations around you. Like, I don't know, and I know you're going to hate me, but I'm going to go back to World of Warcraft. But like, a few expansions in, they introduced what was called LFT, Looking for Dungeon, which was basically, if you were a solo player, you could just click a button, and it would put you together with a team makeup of whoever was appropriate for the dungeon: a tank, 3 DPS, and a healer.
Well, like bots.
No, as in other players. So
Okay.
like you would queue up as a tank, or queue up as DPS, or queue up as a healer, and then you would go through the dungeon. But initially, you actually needed to know what you were doing in the dungeon and mechanics of boss characters.
Yeah.
And there was no way in God's green earth people were going to tell you the strategy, because there was no team speak or no in-game chat.
Yeah.
So it was all typed out. So there's no way anybody was going to say blah 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 blah. So you had to like have add-ons, deadly boss mods, and stuff like that to actually just get through this. This is actually one of the things which people criticise a lot about retail World of Warcraft, is that it's been dumbed down so much that you just are able to walk into these things. And I remember I played Mists of Pandaria, and it was just so easy. It was like one button pressing. I'd go in as a tank, and I'd just keep the aggro whilst everybody was shooting, and you end the game. And occasionally there's a warning saying, don't stand in the fire. So everybody doesn't stand in the fire, and then they continue shooting the boss. And that was it. It just became this kind of easy thing. Whereas now, like going back to Classic is great fun, because like as getting 40 people to do what they need to do at the right time, it's great. And good camaraderie. No. Anyway, I'll stop talking about World War. We're talking now, weren't we? Hell.
But then, in those, and of course, this is another thing that's been hugely criticised in World of Warcraft, right? Is that you have to do this. You have a role, you have to do it, and if you're not going to do it, then go somewhere else, right?
In what way?
In we need whatever this kind of team set up in this raid, and here's what you have to do. Here's your general game plan. Don't deviate from it. If you do want to deviate from it, or go with a weird build, or
Well, it depends who you go with. Ultimately, yeah. Like if you're going to go in, like especially in Classic, there does need to be a level of you can't just go in with 40 meme builds. You can, but it would just take forever, and it wouldn't be advantageous to anyone, because nobody would be rolling on particularly good loot or anything like that. It would just be weird off specs and things like that. It would be odd, but yeah, there is a level of, if you're going to be part of that community, you have to kind of trust the people who are running it, and the people who are running it are decent. And if you want to try something different or want to do something different, you can. But just not to the detriment of the rest of the guild or anything like that.
Exactly. Do your job. Do your job. Do your capitalist job.
Do your capitalist job. But
yeah.
No, it's
dance monkey.
Ultimately you can just say, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. It's a game. You can just I'm done. Catch you later. Thanks for the fun. There's nothing keeping you, unless there is something about that community that wants you to keep coming back, or you want to progress, or you want to feel like you're part of the progression of X, Y, Z. And that's why I'm still kind of playing, enjoying. It is a thing. It is I do not have the time, patience, or any kind of desire to organise a guild or create discords or do X, Y, Z. But I'll contribute in any other way I can, sort of really, to the guild by providing, I don't know, mats or potions or whatever shit, things like that. But Like, if the other guys, they want to do that, that's fine. And if that means, like, I'm willing to take that sacrifice or compromise, depending on how you look at it. That's the thing.
So that was Burnout Paradise.
Yeah, good old Burnout Paradise. By Blizzard Activision. Fuck yeah, man. There we go. So yeah, I occasionally dip into Burnout Paradise, and I just thought I'd bring that up, just sort of mention it, because I feel like it is a game that you might quite fancy, so you should pick it up on the Switch.
Yeah, of course there's the Switch tax.
The Switch tax, but pay the game again for whatever stupid amount. I don't know.
The Switch tax is buy this old game for £10 more than it cost when it first came out 7 years ago.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, you can currently get it for all of your other platforms for £15 cheaper.
True.
But it's a Switch.
But you can't play it on the go.
Yeah. Okay, so what else have you been playing?
Well, we've got a back-to-back driving racing game categories. I have been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again on the Nintendo Switch. This is one of the first games that I picked up. Of course, it's Mario Kart. It's great. I had the same game on the Wii U, but like many Nintendo games, there's kind of the nice, accessible, fun side to it, and then there's the brutal challenge hidden beneath. And so I didn't do it on the Wii U, but in this game you've got there's 4 gold parts to unlock. So your kart comes in like the body, the wheels, and you can pick a glider. So you get gold versions. You get gold kart, gold tires, gold whatever it is, glider. And then there's also gold Mario skin to unlock for Metal Mario. And in order to get those, to get gold Mario, you need to have come first place in all of the Grand Prix in the 200cc category, which is extremely difficult. So it's kind of easy enough to get first, but I had the final 4 races in each Grand Prix. I still had on silver, and it's been like that, I don't know, for 3 years, 2-3 years. So every now and then I kind of log on, give it a go. But of course you can't just kind of log on and give it a go, because at 200cc you have to kind of brake, so you have to get a feel for it. So weirdly, the other day I was just in the zone, turned it on, and I beat all 3 of those back to back for the first time.
Nice. Grats.
Which is great. So that was Gold Mario. The glider you get from collecting, I think it's 5,000 coins, which I've got. And then the most difficult one is the golden tires, where you have to beat all the Nintendo staff ghosts on time trial mode. And time trial in Mario Kart have always been quite tricky. So I think it's on the Wii one, Mario Kart Wii, where you had to beat 2 ghosts each track. So you beat the Nintendo ghost, and then it would unlock like an elite Nintendo ghost, and those would be really, really tricky. And this one is a little bit easier, so they have made it easier from the Wii U version across the board. It's a little bit easier, and I'd say 3 out of 4 of the Nintendo ghosts you'll kind of beat first or second time without really, doing anything. And then 1 in 4, it will be a really, really tough time to beat. And then that's where I've been struggling against. You kind of get into some games, you get into habits. You get into bad habits, or you have your favorite way to drive down this track, either because I don't know, that's the way you got used to, or you find it easier to go left instead of right. And of course, when you're trying to shave seconds off your time to beat a ghost, you have to really fight against, no, don't do that. You have to take this shortcut. And so I've been doing that, and it's been fun/frustrating. And like I say, I finally got Gold Mario. I'd had the kart and the glider for a while, And so every now and then I'll log in and try and shave those seconds off of some of those time trial tracks.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I had Mario Kart on the Wii, and it was fine. It was good. How different is the deluxe version from the Wii version?
Did you have it on the Wii U, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
Yes. No, I had, because it's different games.
So the Mario Kart
They have
Wii,
Mario Kart.
Wii,
Yeah.
and the Mario Kart
U. Sorry.
Wii U.
I had it on the Wii U. I didn't have it on the Wii. I had the Wii U version of Mario Kart 8, and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the Switch version.
Yes. So basically, it just comes with what was DLC for Mario Kart 8 is just all in there.
Link, stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, and the extra 4 Grand Prix, and the Animal Crossing tracks and the FX0 tracks and all that. And then they slightly tweaked the unlock requirements for these gold things.
Okay, cool.
So I think like the glider, for example, you had to get 10,000 coins instead of 5,000 coins, just during races, which is an easy one because you're collecting coins all the time. But 10,000 was you almost had to sit down and focus on it. You weren't getting that unless you were playing multiplayer all the time. And then I think they slightly relaxed. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if Gold Mario was in the Wii U version, or if it was.
I feel like I had him, so I would say it was not completing all of the 200cc challenges or anything like that.
Yeah, because I think on the Wii U it was you had to get 1 star. Do you know what? This is horrible audio, so I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
God, Mario. I think it's something like
I think the other thing that they introduced, and I remember because I was around at a friend's house and they were playing, was the autoplay feature on Mario Kart. Auto driving.
There's drive assist, and then there's there's an option to stop you having to press A the whole time. Yeah.
I thought that was genius, like not having to press A and just continuously going. This is excellent. It's like, but yeah, you felt it felt taboo. It felt weird and wrong. Just like it did feel like you were cheating whilst you were playing it, But it also allowed for you to embrace those little tiny Switch controllers, the Joy-Cons,
yes.
Instead of like having this curved, gnarled thumb pressing the A button.
Yeah, and there's really. They're really hard, small buttons that the Switch controllers. So here we go. A lot different. So I wasn't talking bollocks. A lot of the stuff that you used to unlock, that you had to unlock on the Wii U version, was just unlocked from the beginning. So most of the characters are unlocked from the beginning on the Switch, whereas you had to kind of unlock them randomly and through doing certain things. All the courses were unlocked on the Switch and the DLC, whereas you had to unlock them on the Wii U. All the modes are automatically on the Switch. On the Wii U, you had to beat 150cc to get mirror mode, and 200cc was part of a free update. And then they slightly switched up how you unlock things. And the weird Mercedes. Do you remember the Mercedes DLC?
Yes, the Mercedes DLC. Yeah.
It's thrown. It's just a standard part of the roster rather than the extra DLC. And then
it's like the Bachelor Super Noodles with Final Fantasy VII characters.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't. I wasn't too bothered by it, and they kind of fitted in as well. Just having these weird mini Mercedes, driving next to Yoshi on a Wiggler and Wario in a baby's.
Oh yeah, but was there not like this weird meta for the online as well, where like there was because I remember you were telling me about this, where like certain character combinations. Like you actually said it was like a sort of a weird online sex code or something like that. But
Yeah,
it was also like
a guide to the secret language in cart selection on www.thatguys.co.uk.
shit, is that our first plug?
It is. The post is called The Secret Language of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Cartography and Motion Language. So basically you could communicate a lot about your sexual preferences, desires, and what you're into by cart and character choice.
Okay, so for instance, if you were to go Link and drive the Mercedes, what would that sort of say?
Some don't mean any, as far as I'm aware. I wasn't too into the meta, but for example, if you chose Ludwig on the Wiggler, the Wiggler implies that you are sexually inexperienced or potentially a virgin, and the choice of Ludwig means you're into cannibalism, self-cannibalism, or alternatively R&B music.
It's the same thing, isn't it? Craig David, the new Hannibal Lecter.
Yes, so have a look. Have a look if you still have your Wii U attached. Have a look to see if you got all the gold parts. It's one of those extra tricky challenges. I
played a lot of it. Well, I say a lot of it. I think I spent an evening of playing nothing but 200cc, like just jumping straight into it, when Duffin, aka Doppelganger, came down a couple of years ago on the Wii U, and we just went straight in at 200cc, and I don't think we were having that much of trouble. I think it was one in first and second most of the time.
No, that's impossible.
Like, we're veterans, man. It's
impossible.
Well, I mean, I'll have a look on the Wii U.
I'll be astonished.
But yeah, it's like I don't remember like sitting down and doing all the unlocks. I mean, I remember like on the N64, the Mario 64, or Mario Kart 64, sorry. I used to just occasionally wipe my save data, just so that I could run through, do all of the modes, do the mirror modes on, and get first and get the different opening screen, just for the hell of it, just for fun. Because like time trials never was a thing that I was interested in, because like every course had its little glitches or things that could go wrong. That like doing a time trial was just silly. But yeah, I mean, like an N64, I used to do that.
The Mario Kart Wii had quite a lot of online functionality. So in addition to kind of playing online, you would download. It had a really clever way of downloading time trial ghost data that was just a little bit faster than you. And so I spent more than 50% of my time on Mario Kart Wii, which is a lot, on just getting slightly better and better and better times through these incremental time trials. And that was great. And that was, when you're eventually shaving like 10, 20 seconds off your initial times. That was really fun. It's not quite the same in Mario Kart 8. It doesn't quite have that immediacy of kind of seeing the different ghosts and downloading ghosts all the time. And I'm not a huge fan of the time trial tracks on those. But I was definitely on the Wii, Mario Kart Wii. Yeah. So have a look. But I think because they are unless I'm getting it wrong. Well, we played Mario Kart together, and so I'm aware of our relative skill levels. I don't imagine you and Doppelganger would have just smashed out those those wins on 200cc?
All right. Okay. Cool. I might be remembering it wrong.
I could be wrong. I get to be struggling, and everyone's like, "What are you on about? It's one of the easiest challenges."
No, it's just it's just like that is a thing that we used to do. Like we even did what was it? Sonic All Stars, the racing transformed or whatever it was. And I don't think we really ever struggled. We just chose characters we liked. I think we ended up being like,
and that game was really good because you could play it. You kind of had a split screen co-op campaign.
Yeah,
which is great, and it's something Mario Kart's never done. Crash Team Racing did it a little bit back in the day. Where you could either progress through a story or challenges, or you're leveling up. And that was great. So you race with your buddies, but instead of, because everyone has their different skill levels and whatever. And so if you're playing with a small group of friends, and there's people who are really good, people who are never really good, it gets a bit boring. Just kind of either being destroyed the whole time or destroying everyone the whole time. Whereas if you had that campaign element and the kind of leveling up, everyone got something out of it, regardless of where you placed in the race. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, like on the Wii version of Mario Kart, I do remember just going round to random people's houses. I think that's what I did. Or random
had nothing to do with Mario Kart at all. You just remember going around people's houses.
Yeah. Taking a dump on the carpet, stealing my furniture.
Cool. Weird that it triggers that memory.
It's weird. No, it's like and if people were playing Mario Kart, I would jump in, and it was just anyway, there's nothing much more to that memory other than me.
Were you going to say, and you brutally destroyed them all, and you're probably the best person in Mario Kart that you know?
No, but yeah, there was a kind of case of I would always go in as Princess Peach on a motorbike, and they were just kind of sitting and had been playing and didn't expect a challenge from me. But they did, and it's a rubbish story. I'm going to stop there.
So you're saying you are Billy Big Balls Mario Kart.
Big Balls Mario Kart, yeah.
Billy Big Balls Mario Kart champion of the world.
Billy Big Balls Mario Kart champion of the world, yeah.
Richie Cunningham. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. So aside from being world champion Mario Kart, all formats, including arcade.
Yep.
What have you been playing?
You played the arcade one? Have you played the arcade one?
No, I really want to because it's supposed to be very good.
It was amazing, and I played it. What was it? The one just it's off Walder Street. It's the arcade. And
the Trocadero. What was the old Trocadero Centre?
Yeah, just down there. And you go down in there, and they've got they've got that taiko one, the taiko drum one, and there's a crazy Asian gentleman just barring it out, doing stupidly fast things. Fuck, what is this? This is Guitar Hero times a million, man. Yeah. And there was DDRs as well, and I had a little go on Mario Kart, and it was great. It was fantastic. They're taking it was just a well-rounded, nicer, more immersive version of Mario Kart.
Yeah,
better than even the Switch version. It was just kind of wow, look at this. This is what they could do. But of course,
they had Pac-Man as a driver.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we've now turned into a racing game podcast. Did you ever touch? Did you ever touch World Tour or Mario Kart World Tour on mobile?
No, absolutely not. When it comes to Nintendo on what's it called on the mobile? There was that Tomodachi Life. Was it Tomodachi Life?
No. What was it called? No. Oh my god, we both
My
spent quite a bit of time
Tomodachi.
on
We did,
My-
and then.
Oh my
fucking
god.
hell.
completely gone. It's
Oh,
something.
this is the best content.
It wasn't
anyway,
Utopia. It was, so it had a weird name. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it was like based on Tomodachi Life, and we spent a long time, but they did nothing with it. It was like this foundation that was laid for, look how great this game could be, and we're like, yeah, I'm going to invest in this, and then it went nowhere.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh yeah, it's because we couldn't make money from it. So here, have an infinite runner for Mario. Like, fuck off. Not interested. And from then on, I was just like, there's nothing aside from Pokemon Home, which is more of a utility than a game.
What about Pokemon? What about Pokemon Go?
Whoa, let's not go there just yet.
Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's
Is
great.
it?
Huh?
Plus, it's not really Nintendo; it's Niantic.
Yeah.
That's a good noise. It's a really good noise.
Fire Emblem. I put a lot of time. Anyway, but yeah, I never touched because I thought it was something that I don't know. I don't know why I didn't start Mario Kart World Tour.
Yeah, because it's going to be microtransactions. As ultimately, you know what is going to happen. You're going to play it, and then it's going to be like halfway through a course, and you're going to be like, if you want to continue, you need more energy. You can buy more energy, or you can wait 20 minutes for your energy to fill up.
If you want tires for your wheels, for all your wheels, you have to pay £2. Otherwise,
£2 per tire. Yeah.
and you can sort of get by with 2 tires, but you're really slow and your steering's all over the place.
Yeah, and they last like 24 hours real time or in game 30 minutes. Fuck off. Like, it's that sort of microtransaction-y stuff that I just can't be bothered with. And plus, I don't really see the playability of it because, like, I saw that it was portrait mode as well.
Yeah, but it was touch. This is fantastic. Us both describing a game we never touched. Portrait mode, and I do think it was auto drive, right? Who fucking, I don't know, but I think it was. My memory says it's auto driving as well.
And yeah, was it not like R1 to slide tackle as well? And
Square is go, L1 was horn, circle was to get your goalkeeper to come up.
Active reload if you shake the phone.
Yeah, active reload. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. So, in answer to your question, Farley, no, I haven't played Mario Kart, and we should probably just not discuss it any further since we have no
neither of us have played it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I bet you can still beat the world champion first time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Billy Big Balls.
Billy Big Balls Mario Kart boy.
Okay, I want to go back and play N64 version. I mean, I'm saying Billy Big Balls. What I'm meaning was, like, back in the day when I was playing it, I was not terrible at it. But like, it's definitely like what you were saying. Like, you do need to not be rusty at it because there's so many things. Like, if I go back to the N64 version, I know that I used to be able to trounce it, and a lot of it will come back. And I'll probably be able to do such things like the Rainbow Road jump to, like, beat half the course, or the Mario Kart Stadium one as well, but not first time. I won't be able to, like, I won't remember things like where you can just jump up and that's actually faster than going round the turn and stuff like that. Like, these are the things that you did, and like, it's only because, like, it was that hazy time where I just left school and I didn't have uni, and I was just like, I'm just going to sit and play my N64 until I fall asleep. You don't do that nowadays, you know?
Yeah, you don't get that. It'd be interesting to see if you could ever get that N64 muscle memory back, or whether it's just gone. A certain level of it's just gone. Because I popped on. I popped on Super Mario Kart on the the SNES on Switch Online service, and that was so rough. Going back to that, it's like, oh fuck, we used to sit around and play hours of this.
When I played this again recently, I think it was like playing about with emulators or something like that, and I wasn't good at it. And the worst part of it was I forgot courses.
Yeah.
The only course I remembered well was Ghost Valley 1, and that is the one which has the mushroom jump, and then you get onto the little ramp, or the little tiny strip of wood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So and it doesn't even save you that much time. That's the thing. Is like, first of all, you need to pray to the RNG gods, RNGesus, to get the mushroom before you get the jump, and then like the amount of time it saves you, because you have to do that really, really harsh skid to get round and onto the finishing line. It's nuts. But I was good at that one because I think I just played that one over and over and over and over on the SNES.
Yeah.
It's like that was it.
Yeah.
I think
but also
there was another.
We talked about it last time.
Sorry.
Back in the day, because games were 60 quid each. I mean, I guess they're getting there again now. You'd only have like 3 or 4 max, and so you just rotate with the 3 or 4 that you had.
Or you'd have the £5 bargain bin ones that I got from Global Video, like fucking Wayne's World. Which instead,
Mission Impossible on the N64 is one of those.
Oh, no way. But yeah, we got another comment on YouTube, by the way.
Oh yeah.
For the Bohemian Rhapsody video. Just fucking hell. I mean, it's just like recorded content from that stupid rubbish midday version of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Wayne's World, man. That's an awful game. There you go.
So there we go. So I reckon we should start playing Super Mario Kart against each other. Like
the SNES version?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's brutal stuff.
To see how. But because if you've got a reason, just playing it on your own is a bit weird. But if you've got a reason, maybe. I mean, it's just to see if we can get back. Then we can get back to like, oh yeah, if we can see the Matrix again when it comes to the SNES, or whether it's just gone forever.
Oh yeah, that'd be quite cool. Who do you play as?
Cooper, I think.
That's fine.
Who do you play as? Peach.
Well, it depends what I'm doing.
Oh god. If I'm trouncing people at the Nationals, then I go Bowser.
Well,
if I'm really showing off, I'll pick Toad.
To revoke my previous fucking statement, but like on the SNES, if you want to do time trials, or in general, you go Bowser because he does have the slowest acceleration, but if you're not playing against other characters, he has the top speed.
Yeah.
But in general, you want to have the fastest acceleration, which is Toad and Koopa. So I'm quite happy to go Toad. But nobody goes Yoshi. Just so we're clear, nobody goes Yoshi. Because there's nothing more irritating than watching Yoshi on the bottom half of the screen as he turns a corner, stick out his tongue.
Yeah.
Because his sprite, his tiny little sprite will always just stick out his tongue.
Yeah. I kind of got that memory of, as you mentioned Yoshi, like an ingrained memory of seeing that, as you say, on the bottom of the screen, turning side of his head,
just his tongue sticking out.
stupid tongue sticking out.
Yeah.
So I guess that was What Are You Playing? Once again, covering a third of the content I had written down. I was like, oh yeah, I'll mention, Mario Kart. Maybe we'll talk 2 minutes about Mario Kart.
Oh fucking hell! It was like you did. What was it? Final Fantasy VII. Then we did Burnout Paradise.
Yes.
And then we did Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Fantastic. Well, there you go.
Catch you next time. This has been, because we've not done an intro.
Oh shit! Yeah. Don't forget to hit that bell and catch us on Patreon and Parallel Games come out for the NHS.
Yeah. This has been. Thanks for listening this far. Wondering what the hell it is you've been listening to. That Guy's a Maniac podcast with me, Farley.
And me, Richie. You can find us on thatguys.co.uk. We are the second greatest video game blog of all time.
Officially.
And we've been going since 2006. I say question mark, like 2006?
I think it's 2006. Secretly before, but yeah, 2006.
Yeah, secret. Why secretly before?
We'll cover it another time.
All right, okay, fine, fuck it. All right, bye.
Bye.